What is the evidence that FBI Director Christopher Wray planned the assassination of Trump? What we know is Trump arrived at the stage of the open-air rally at 6:05 p.m. and Trump was shot at 6:11 p.m. So I'm going to present now 11 questions. All of these questions Christopher Wray has the answers to. And you'll see by the fact that he's hiding these answers from the public that it demonstrates that he was involved in the planning of Trump. Question number 1. How and when did the 20-year-old gunman, Thomas Crooks, bring his rifle to the grounds? And how and when did Crooks plant his rifle on the roof? Number 2. How and when did gunman Crooks position himself on the roof? Number 3. If the rifle was brought the day of the shooting, who was responsible for the perimeter that was breached when the rifle was brought in? 4. If the rifle was planted and hidden on the grounds days in advance, who informed the shooter where the stage would be set up and where to plant his gun? Question number 5. Who was responsible for securing the roof from which the shooter positioned himself? Question number 6. Did the counter snipers set up their positions on their roof before Trump arrived on stage or afterwards? Number 7. How many minutes did the counter snipers have the shooter in view before the shooter fired? Question number 8. Who was the first personnel of the Secret Service staff to become aware of the suspect on the roof with a gun, and did they become aware before or after Trump arrived on the stage? Question number 9. Who was the general supervisor, coordinator, or the head of security on the grounds for the Secret Service? And number 10. Who was responsible for aerial surveillance? Question number 11, last question. The general supervisor of security on the grounds had ample time to protect Trump from being exposed on stage. What was their strategy to portray themselves as if they weren't aware of the threat in sufficient time? So, had FBI Director Wray not planned the assassination, he would have made the answers to these questions public within 24 hours. Instead, what has Wray provided on the FBI website? They made a declaration on July 14th, and I quote, "The investigation to date indicates the shooter acted alone," end quote. Okay, so we know that that's a lie, that it was coordinated, and that's the only way that the person who was in charge of the Secret Service coordinated with the shooter. And how many other people were involved in the coordination, we don't know, but he did not act alone.